From the station working for you, this is WRTV News at Noon, streaming now.
And now at noon, an alert from police as a student from Avon High School has not been seen since last night. What police want you to be on the lookout for. Another impeachment trial is on the way, and there are threats of more violence that could follow what happened in the Capitol last week. How state officials here in Indiana and other states across the country are getting ready for the unknown. Thanks for joining us here on the News at Noon. I'm Lauren Casey. Todd Klossman is standing by this midday with a check of our forecast. Todd, we have one more calmer day here, correct?
Yeah, calmer and warmer day as temperatures will once again be in the mid-40s later on this afternoon, Lauren. Once we get to tomorrow and then into the weekend, a much more winter-like pattern is going to set up shop here across central Indiana. Right now, we're sitting in the 30s and 40s, 39 in Columbus, 44, though, from Bloomington westward towards the Terre Haute area to the north. Peru, you're at 40 degrees and officially 42 in Indianapolis. We started with some sunshine, and there's still some out there, but the high clouds have already started to filter in across the area, and these clouds will continue to thicken up here throughout the afternoon hours, but at least before sunset we remain completely dry. Now, if you do have some plans after sunset, that's when we'll start to bring in the chance of some scattered showers here across the area. You see them off to our west. There's not a whole lot there. It's just going to be some light scattered rain showers moving through, so you may just want to throw the umbrella or the rain jacket in the car if you do have plans tonight. But again, it's not until probably 7, 8 o'clock that we start to bring some of those showers in. They're all rain showers today with temperatures in the 40s. However, tomorrow we bring snow showers into the forecast. Lauren, more on that coming up in Maine weather in just a couple minutes.
All right, Todd, thank you. An overnight shooting on the east side is now a homicide investigation. It's an update to a story we first brought you this morning on Good Morning Indiana. Police were called just before 1:30 this morning to Hoyt Avenue near English Avenue and South Sherman Drive. They say they found a man in his 20s suffering from a gunshot wound there. That man was then taken to a hospital, but Metro Police say he was later pronounced dead. His identity has not been released, and police are still looking for a suspect. New this midday, police want to know if you've seen a girl who was reported missing from the Avon area. Take a good look at your screen right now and see if you recognize her. This is India Kendrick. She's a student at Avon High School, and she has not been seen since she left a friend's home around 9 o'clock last night. Avon police say she was driving a red 2011 Chevy Cruze with Indiana tags. If you think you've seen her, if you have any information about her whereabouts, you should call the Hendricks County Communications Center at the number on your screen. That number is 317-839-8700. The coronavirus pandemic in Indiana not slowing down just yet. New cases were up today with more than 4,400 reported by the state health department. More than 8,800 Hoosiers have now died with COVID-19 since the pandemic began, with 40 additional deaths reported today. The vaccination rate does appear to be speeding up somewhat. You can look here. The state says more than 238,000 Hoosiers have gotten at least their first dose of the vaccine. More than 48,000 have been fully vaccinated. Well, it could be a product of the extension of benefits in the new stimulus bill, but a rise in new unemployment claims this week could also mean the economy is not close to rebounding from the pandemic. Today, the Labor Department says new claims for unemployment rose to more than 965,000 last week. That's a major jump from the previous week. Thousands of Hoosiers also remain out of work. More than 18,000 people filed new claims in Indiana a week ago. That's up from just under 15,000 claims filed the previous week. Tonight, President-elect Joe Biden expected to roll out his plan for trillions of dollars in government spending to combat the coronavirus pandemic and its effects on the economy. Biden will give a speech in primetime from his home state of Delaware. He's expected to call for an additional $1,400 in stimulus checks for each American, on top of the $600 in payments from the December stimulus bill. Biden's plan is also expected to have more money for state and local governments, as well as for a faster rollout of the COVID-19 vaccine. Well, new this midday, states are taking actions following the threats against the state's capital since the violence in Washington, D.C. last week. Ohio's governor sent out this tweet. He says their state house will be closed next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday ahead of the inauguration because of the threats. We asked the superintendent of Indiana State Police about their plans following some chatter about more violence.
It will be all hands on deck, I can assure you. We have a very strong relationship with the Indiana National Guard, with the Department of Homeland Security, both at the state level and the federal level, federal agencies. Many meetings have occurred with the IMPD, with our intelligence folks, and I think we're well positioned. But it's certainly my hope that that what we do have positioned doesn't have to be visible.
Well, WRTV has asked Governor Holcomb about security plans at the State House here, and we are waiting on his response. We'll share that with you as soon as we get it. The House has made history impeaching President Trump again. This time it was called an incitement of insurrection at the Capitol last week, and it means the Senate could start an impeachment trial the same day as Joe Biden's inauguration out in Washington. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has the very latest.
The resolution is adopted.
With less than a week left in office, President Trump is now the only president in American history to be impeached twice.
Is there little time left? Yes. But it is never too late to do the right thing.
It's also the most bipartisan impeachment in history, 10 Republicans joining Democrats to charge Trump with incitement of insurrection at the Capitol.
Last week, there was a domestic threat at the door of the Capitol, and he did nothing to stop it.
Democrats not buying the argument from most Republicans that impeachment would only divide the country more.
A police officer was killed, and what I hear is time to heal. He's not even buried yet.
The top Republican in the House, Kevin McCarthy, not voting to impeach, but giving his strongest rebuke of the president yet.
The president bears responsibility for Wednesday's attack on Congress by mob rioters.
But the president is still not taking any responsibility for the attack. And sources tell ABC News he grew angry watching on television as Republicans publicly stated their belief he was culpable. In a video after the vote, Trump didn't mention impeachment, but said he condemned the violence.
No true supporter of mine could ever endorse political violence.
But the day they attacked the Capitol, he praised them.
So go home. We love you. You're very special.
The House must now send the article of impeachment to the Senate, which is on a break until next Tuesday. So the earliest an impeachment trial could start in earnest is January 20th, the same day as President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. Now, 2/3 of the Senate would need to vote to convict the president. That means 17 Republicans would need to join Democrats to find President Trump guilty. A conviction could bar him from ever holding federal public office again. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
You said you'll never leave me, but you said you're never going nowhere.
Well, the words of Victor Oladipo's song he released last year, somewhat prophetic now, though we're still waiting on the official statement from both the Pacers and Oladipo about a trade. ESPN first reporting on Wednesday that the Pacers were sending the guard to the Houston Rockets as part of a 4-team deal. Indiana is supposed to be getting Brooklyn guard Karis LeVert as part of the trade. Oladipo has long suggested that he wanted to play in a bigger market. He's also due for a bigger contract. It will be an unrestricted free agent after this current season. Wishing him the best. Well, coming to the rescue of restaurants next, you can have a chance to pick up a big bonus along with your dinner while you're also helping to keep local businesses from shutting down. Todd.
And Lauren, it's been pretty nice here through the middle half of this week with temperatures in the 40s and finally some sunshine across central Indiana. However, we're going back to a winter feel as we work our way into the coming days with colder temperatures and also some rain and snow showers heading our way. We'll break it all down for you coming up in your WRTV Storm Team forecast.
ABC's General Hospital.
Welcome back. COVID-19 restrictions have impacted every Hoosier restaurant in some way. It's also led to a number of efforts to bring customers back and to keep those businesses alive. The Great DINE-OUT is a new concept that was put together by Hamilton County Tourism. If you visit participating restaurants like Schoolhouse 7 Cafe up in Fishers, it makes you eligible for other rewards. Hamilton County Tourism said they chose to do this now because restaurant owners have told them that they're worried about making it to the end of this month.
And we already knew 2020 was a really difficult year. And they said, we're concerned about January and the winter months. Once the holidays are over, but we're still a couple months away from patio weather and spring season. They really said January is something we're worried about. So we designed the Great DINE-OUT. It's a new winter restaurant promotion in Hamilton County going on now through the 31st. And people can take advantage of deals and discounts at almost 40 different local restaurants.
Well, signing up for the Hamilton County DINE-OUT is really easy. Just go to visithamiltoncounty.com and your passport will be delivered to your phone. We have all the information about this program inside this story. Just visit the WRTV News app. Well, they say they've been looking for a smoother ride for a long time. Next, WRTV is working to get answers for people who live over here on the east side and how the city says it plans to iron out the wrinkles in this major roadway. And let's take a live look outside this midday. This is from our tower camera view to the west. Looks fairly bright out there, but we know changes are on the way, and Todd Clausen is here to detail it all for you as we look ahead to the weekend. Stick around. You're watching WRTV News at Noon. Welcome back. So 38th Street on the east side of Indianapolis can be a quick route to get you from point A to point B. But in some places, that B might as well stand for bumpy ride. WRTV's own Cameron Riddle is working for you, getting answers about the city's plan to change this into a smoother ride.
Very bumpy. Like, I hate it. It's bad.
Drivers on the east side of Indianapolis say this stretch of 38th Street is a nightmare that'll leave your car needing repairs.
Starting at East 38th Street, Sherman Drive, going to about Emerson Avenue, eastbound, we have the most rugged stretch of pavement.
Ashley Gervitz knows firsthand just how rough the road is, and so does her new car and her mechanic. After having her car for less than a year, she's already had to send her car to the shop after driving down 38th Street every day.
This has been something that not only have I experienced, others within this community, employers, employees, all know, even with the video off, they know the sound of what it's like driving on it, and it's just ridiculous.
While Ashley is no fan of 38th Street's current condition, there is some good news. DPW says East 38th Street is one of the city's top priorities. In the last 3 years, the city has spent $3 million repaving 38th Street between Keystone Avenue and Sherman Drive, and from Emerson Avenue to Arlington Avenue. The portion of road that has Gervitz at her wit's end is located immediately between those two recent projects. DPW and Indigo says the portion of 38th Street from Sherman Drive to Emerson Avenue will receive major improvements when construction on the Indigo Purple Line begins in early 2022. In the meantime, Gervitz is hoping for a short-term solution.
A simple strip patch would be better than nothing, and us waiting almost a year out before we see any improvements.
Cameron Riddle, WRTV.
Cameron, thank you. So DPW says they'll continue to respond to the pothole and street maintenance requests reported along that stretch of East 38th Street, but they want drivers to know that these are short-term solutions until the construction on the Purple Line begins. Well, with a wintry mix heading our way this weekend, the Department of Public Works will soon start treating the city streets. The city says Indy Snow Force drivers will have a full shift call-out starting at 11 o'clock tonight. DPW says the crews will remain active through at least Saturday evening, so watch out for them. And we told you about the winter storms that have blasted parts of Europe. Check out this video. This is from the UK. This video is posted to Twitter from Halifax, West Yorkshire in England. The double-decker bus sliding slowly towards other vehicles on the road as it can't make it up that slick hill, and somehow the bus manages to avoid colliding with that car that was directly behind it. Forecasters say parts of the UK got up to a foot of snow, with some small towns completely cut off by the icy roads. And icy roads, Todd, something we are super familiar with here in central Indiana, typically during a January, but so far we've kind of gone under the radar with some of that.
Yeah, you know, we really haven't had any wintry weather in the month of January, except for New Year's Day when we had a little bit of that freezing rain that went through. We'll kind of flip the switch a little bit and get some of that wintry weather in here over the weekend. Nothing like what you saw there as far as snow totals, though, in parts of the UK and earlier in the week in Madrid in Spain. Here's a live look outside right now, and you can see a plane going there into the Indianapolis International Airport. We have some sunshine out there, but the high thin clouds are starting to make their way into the area once again this afternoon, and these clouds, they'll continue to thicken up. Temperature-wise, not bad for mid-January. Hard to believe it's the 14th of January already. And here we're talking about temperatures that are running anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees above normal. 43 in Bloomington, 42 right now in Indy as well as Muncie. These temperatures with mostly cloudy skies this afternoon will top off anywhere between about 42 and 47 degrees, putting some areas 10 degrees above normal. So again, not bad. Enjoy today because the changes will start tonight. You see the clouds in place already on the satellite radar picture, and this band of rain that you see in eastern Illinois, that's going to bypass us to the north. You don't have to worry about that. But as we expand out, there's additional rain and snow here off to the west, and this is eventually going to start to rotate through later on this evening and then throughout the day tomorrow. So let me take you over to TrueCast and we'll time it out for you. Anything before sunset tonight, you're just fine. After sunset, first in western locations, and then from west to east across the state, a band of light showers will come through. Nothing super heavy, but it will start to usher in colder air. Tomorrow morning's commute, especially northern locations, can feature some snow showers, and then throughout the day tomorrow, we'll deal with snow showers off and on, and that'll continue into Friday evening. Now, as far as any snow accumulation, we're generally looking at about an inch or less. And again, it's going to be pretty spotty with these snow showers coming through. It's not a solid band. So the snowfall totals are going to differ quite a bit from location. It's enough, obviously, to slicken up the streets, and it's also enough to quickly change visibility. And I think visibility is going to be the bigger issue in some of these intense snowbursts compared to the snowfall totals. Yes, an inch of snow could cause issues, I know that, but especially on the the highways with the higher rates of speed, just know that you could encounter visibilities that drop down to nothing pretty quick in some of these intense snow showers. Temperatures tomorrow will be in the 30s, and then more snow showers in the forecast for Saturday and Sunday. Sundays, more so the lake effect snow variety. We'll have to see exactly where some of that starts to set up. There could be some more significant accumulation on Sunday. And then as we go into next week, very winter-like still, with opportunities for some rain and snow midweek, and temperatures, Lauren, in the 30s.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. So when Taco Bell chipped away at its menu, they got complaints from customers that some of their favorites were being peeled away. Well, now it seems that Taco Bell has had its eyes on those complaints. A lot of Spud lovers were not happy that 2 items featuring potatoes were taken off Taco Bell's menu last August. Well, Taco Bell says it's digging out those items, scrubbing them off, and they'll be baking them up once again soon. The restaurant chain says the spicy potato soft taco and cheesy fiesta potatoes will return, but you'll have to hold your yams for now. Taco Bell says it does not have a timetable on when the tempting tater treats will be back on the menu. And now you know. Well, she's an American icon, and she's about to reach another milestone. We'll show you what this golden girl has planned for her special day this weekend. Stick around. You're watching WRTV. So we haven't seen much of her lately as she's been in isolation because of this pandemic, but the legendary Betty White is about to hit another milestone. The actress and television icon turns 99 this Sunday, January 17th. Wow. This week, she told Entertainment Tonight that her birthday celebration is going to be low-key because, quote, running a mile each morning has been curtailed by the COVID. We all get that. She says she's working on a re-release of a show called Betty White's Pet Set. It was a syndicated show that premiered in 1971 featuring Betty alongside other celebrities and their pets. The show is being re-released on digital and DVD in honor of its 50th anniversary next month. And we hope that she stays safe from COVID, Todd. She is just an icon and a gem, and we want to see her turn 100 a year from now, right?
Absolutely. We would love to see that. Remember, Alex Trebek said he'd love to have her host Jeopardy, so maybe we'll see if she does a guest appearance on, on that as well. All right, mostly cloudy this afternoon, 44 degrees. Rain and snow showers tomorrow, an inch or less of accumulation, but visibilities could be an issue on some of the roadways. And then more snow showers Saturday and Sunday, Lauren, with temperatures that are going to be hovering right around freezing throughout the weekend.
All right, Todd, thank you, and thanks for making WRTV your choice for news. Join us back here tonight for the news at 5. Have a great Thursday.